नमस्कार, मैं उदय प्रताप सिंह। आप देख रहे हैं इंडिया न्यूज और न्यूज एक्स। वी आर इन कॉन्वर्सेशन टुडे विद द लीड स्टार ऑफ ट्रिपलिंग। जी हाँ, ट्रिपलिंग लौट आई है Z5 पे। आई एम श्योर यू नो दैट ऑलरेडी बिकॉज इट इज डूइंग वेरी वेरी वेल। और अगर नहीं पता है तो कहाँ हो आप, क्या कर रहे हो? अमोल पराशर इज जॉइनिंग अस। बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका।
थैंक यू सो मच उदय, थैंक यू सो मच।
और जैसे मैंने कहा, अभी से ही सफल हो चुकी है, पहले से भी सफल है, और ये नया जो आपका चैप्टर आया है, नया सीजन आया है, ये भी बहुत सफल है। सो फर्स्टली, हाउ इज द फीलिंग लाइक? वर यू कॉन्फिडेंट दैट दिस इज अ ब्रांड व्हिच should do well, will always do well?
I mean, there is always some nervousness deep inside, क्योंकि जब भी आप कोई चीज करते हो किसी भी फील्ड में and you put it out there for people to judge or like or dislike, there is always some apprehension कि क्या होगा पता नहीं है. You know, like we were just talking कि आपको लगता है कि कोई चीज अच्छी है, but सामने वाला क्या बोलेगा, or if you think a joke is funny, but will people laugh at it? It's a very natural human emotion to have. And I think any artist, any creator has that kind of feeling. Of course, I would also admit that there is some confidence that one feels. Of course, don't feel as nervous as I was feeling when season 1 was coming out, because the day before season 1, you had no clue whether this was going to work at all. And for that time also, it was something new. Even now, we are trying our best that even in season 3 that it is, we say something new, or we say it in a way which is न्यू एंड फ्रेश. बट उस टाइम पे तो बिल्कुल आइडिया नहीं था कि ये होने क्या वाला है. एंड देन इट बिकेम व्हाट इट बिकेम. सो यू डोंट ओनली बिल्ड फेथ इन योरसेल्फ, बट यू आल्सो बिल्ड फेथ इन द ऑडियंस कि नहीं यार, यू नो, दे आर विलिंग टू ट्राई आउट न्यू थिंग्स एंड दे विल एनकरेज एंड लाइक समथिंग if you are able to entertain them. So वो confidence आ जाता है थोड़ा सा.
I'll come back to original tripling in just a bit, but मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूँगा थर्ड सीजन के बारे में और रिव्यूज और रिएक्शंस जो अब तक मिले हैं. कोई ऐसा रिव्यू जो बिल्कुल दिल तक पहुँच गया हो? One thing said by a peer, family, friend, fan, जो अभी तक आपके जहन में है?
I think generally this review-wise has been probably our best season. I think because the kind of things when there'll always be somebody who doesn't like it as much, but when somebody likes it and the way they like it is somehow the measure that I look for. तो जिन लोगों को बहुत अच्छा लगा है, उनको जिस तरीके से अच्छा लगा है या जिस तरह से उन्होंने उस चीज को एक्सप्लेन किया है, और how that show has touched it, because it is in some ways, without giving spoilers, it is in some ways a more emotional season than the previous two. And even before it came out, we were kind of saying, that we were in for a surprise, because we also want to try new things. So there can be some people like, oh no, I want more jokes and I want more humor. But there are also people who have been very pleasantly surprised by this turn that the show takes and the character takes, and my character takes, which is supposed to be like, in a way, the Joker of the show. He's the jester. And then suddenly, you see that kind of character turn around and make you cry. That can have a greater impact than somebody you expect it from. So I think that is something that the show has able to achieve, is able to convert people's expectations, which is a great feat, I think. And still manage to entertain them. And I guess because of the character that I play, it is already loved by so many people in very strong ways, and then it kind of turns around and becomes something else. It has been even greater for me as a response. And very interestingly, I felt it, I knew it even before the reviews came out. Because the first day of the screening, which was the day before the actual release, I could feel it in the theater. And I'm a very objective person when it comes to my work or anybody's work. But I kind of felt that, there was something that the show had achieved, and there was something that I had been able to achieve as an actor. Whether, I don't know how the world will take it. But that's what. So it was just different. A lot of times, you've done a good job, or people are liking your thing. I've done movies, there was Sardar Udham and Cash and Triplings 2 seasons before this, and other things that I've done, where people genuinely tell you that you're good. But this time it was different. This time there was something really more meaningful, more. It's almost like the other person says, I don't know how to tell you how much I liked what you did, and what they're trying to tell you without them telling you what. So you feel it. You feel yes कि यार मैंने कुछ achieve किया है इस बार. I've been able to touch this person in a certain way.
But tripling's come of age, I think, you know.
Tripling has come of age. I
Yes.
think that's what this season has been about.
Yeah, yeah. You know, but taking you back into memory lane now, जब आपने ये साइन किया था पहली बार ये प्रोजेक्ट को, was it a risk then? क्योंकि तब OTT का दौर नहीं था, तब ये you know, that was the advent of the modern day OTT, which is today, you know, the series and the going digital of it all. तो तब क्या risk था आपके लिए? कब तब what was the idea behind you doing it? Were you, you know, trying to find good projects then as an actor? क्या psychology था तब? Just taking you back
I
into memory
think
lane.
but उस टाइम पे तो उतने options नहीं होते थे for me to say कि मैं ये करूँगा मैं ये नहीं करूँगा. Of course, it's not like I always did everything that came my way.
Yeah.
Even at my poorest and even at my my freest, I was able to identify what I didn't want to do and stick by it. But this was interesting. This was never a thing कि यार ये तो मुझे नहीं करना है. इसमें ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था. You know, these were the people I wanted to work with. This is the kind of stuff I wanted to do because this was young and fresh and relatable, and it was not something that was easy to come by.
Yeah.
उस टाइम पे ऐसा नहीं था कि इतने shows OTT तो था ही नहीं. OTT word ही नहीं था. These were web series. Web series का मतलब YouTube पे आएगी.
Exactly.
उसका मतलब बजट नहीं होगा. उसका मतलब almost free में काम करेंगे. उसका मतलब एक कमरे के अंदर 4 लोग बैठेंगे. ऐसा कुछ होगा. These were the kind of concepts that YouTube series were dealing with. But this was probably the first show in that sense that, you know, opened up the vistas of what was possible even for a YouTube show, which it was in its first season. You know, suddenly you have mountains and drone shots and cars and road trip and humor and colorful palette and colorful characters.
Yeah.
And I remember when the trailer came out, many of my friends were just like, "ये क्या है? ये क्या चीज़ क्या है ये?" Because we were not used to how we are used to like a trailer coming out every day these days. That was not the case. Risk शायद उतना नहीं था because I had nothing to lose. Now the word risk comes into play. यार ये मैं कर रहा हूँ, is it risky or whatever? It can still come into conversation. At that time there was nothing to lose for me.
Yeah.
कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि मेरा कुछ फेम और मनी और ये सब है और मेरा कम हो जाएगा ऐसा मैं कुछ कर लूँगा तो it was not a calculated move I would say but it was a very natural move कि हाँ यार ये तो मैं क्यों नहीं करूँगा क्या ही हो जाएगा
बिल्कुल
I had nothing to lose like I said and TVF had been doing great work they had already made permanent roommates they had made pictures I was in conversation with them for a long time to do something together even before tripling there was a show that you know कि ये show बनाते हैं Amol you know I was involved with the writing and everything didn't work out but then it didn't work out because they said you know we're not making this show right now we are thinking of something more outdoor and road trip और कुछ करना है ऐसा कुछ and then tripling kind of the idea took off like that so I was already on board even before they started writing in a certain way कि यार एक show बना रहे हैं क्या बना रहे हैं road trip बना रहे हैं क्या बना रहे हैं कैसा होगा भाई बहन का road trip बनाते हैं Sumit came up with that idea I said, oh, bhai bhai na, Sumit and Amol can play brothers. And this was a very natural idea at that time because a lot of people actually used to think that we were brothers. Like a lot of people जो नहीं जानते थे हम लोगों को लगा भाई है क्योंकि हम साथ में hang out भी करते थे, हम plays करते थे. Somehow people said, you know, आप लोग same दिखते हो, same बातें करते हो, ऐसा आपका sense of humor same है. Sumit's sister used to say कि मैं कम बहन लगती हूँ, तू ज़्यादा भाई लगता है. तो ये idea बहुत natural था कि हाँ ये दोनों भाई बन जाएंगे, then let's start writing and then see what happens. So it was never a decision to make.
Okay, so it was a no-brainer, and then the rest, as they say, is
the rest is history. Like of course, I didn't anticipate that 6 years later I'll be sitting here, third season के release पे हम लोग बातें कर रहे होंगे about.
And now at the scale that it is as well.
At the scale it is, the scale that the medium is at.
Bilkul.
OTT as a medium, web as a medium.
No doubt. After these 2 years that we've seen the boom of it. आखिरी सवाल आपसे क्योंकि अब हम साल के बस आखिरी कुछ हफ्तों में पहुंच रहे हैं. So how do you look back 2022? How has it been for you overall, personally, professionally? कैसा रहा ये साल?
काफी इंटरेस्टिंग रहा ये साल. मैंने कुछ interesting projects किए हैं and even on a personal level I did some interesting things. I tried to break some habits. I don't know, I sometimes do these personal projects. तो मुझे कहा यार जो मैं जिस तरह से मैं चीज़ें करता हूँ या जो मैं चीज़ें करता हूँ ना I want to change those patterns. So फर्स्ट ऑफ द बैड हैबिट्स थोड़ी सी मैंने यहाँ वहाँ उसको उनको निकाला चाय कॉफ़ी ये वो सब छोड़ दिया मैंने रैंडमली. I started waking up early. I traveled for the first time in my life. I had never taken a vacation and लोग मुझे बोलते थे कि ये तो बड़ी अजीब सी चीज़ है, तू वियर्ड है। बोले इसमें क्या वियर्ड है, आई ट्रैवल सो मच फॉर वर्क, हम तो क्या रोड ट्रिप शोज करता हूँ, मैं ट्रैवल शोज करता हूँ, ये करता हूँ, बट पीपल सेड नो, दिस दैट्स डिफरेंट। ट्रैवलिंग without work is a different experience, you have to experience it. So I did that for the first time, and first time मतलब अब 3 महीने में 4 trips कर लिए मैंने। तो लत लग गई है। My manager is like, अभी क्या बॉम्बे में कब रहोगे, काम कब करेंगे? So that is happening. So it is, I think it's been a year of growth. Even work wise, I have think like with tripling, I shot this year, it's come out this year, the kind of reactions I've got, the kind of reviews I have received personally, I can say, for the show. It's been like, it feels like you're, breaking new ground as a person and fully as a professional.
And ending the year on a high with tripling.
Yeah.
Agla kadam, any projects you can tell us about already? But
आजकल तो बड़े कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में लिखाने लगे हैं कि नहीं ये नहीं बोलना है, वो नहीं बोलना है, but there are a couple of films that I've shot for that should be announced soon. मैं तो बड़ा बोल रहा था कि अभी ट्रिपलिंग आ रहा है, आप अनाउंस कर दो, इसी में निकाल दो, at least put it out there, then there is no pressure. फिर आपको छुपा छुपा के नहीं, it's almost like having a secret relationship कि है पर उसका नाम नहीं बताऊंगा, पर उसका ये नहीं बताऊंगा. So that's there, and starting something in Jan. I think it's also coming back to humor.
Okay.
The next one, I'm really excited because humor is something that for some reason you don't get to see much of. If you realize, if you think about it, on OTT also there's so many shows, so many movies. Movies, at least there are still some funny ones, but where are the funny shows?
बहुत dark content.
Dark content, बताओ बिल्कुल बताओ. But why not humor is my question, and I realize that because it's very difficult to write actual funny content without resorting to low hanging fruits कि थोड़ा sex डाल देते, थोड़ा ये डाल देते, double meaning डाल देते. So this is a script that I've heard that I really found it funny.
Okay.
And something like Cash, like how we said, it was something I really found funny, and this is.
चलिए उम्मीद करते हैं कि that will also give a lot of cash to the producers like your last projects, and of course you've ended the year on a high, so let's hope the new year starts on a high as well for you. Thank you so much Amol Parashar, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं आपको, and happy new year in advance to you as well.
To you too. Thank you.